Welcome to Ink 2 Video. We make books into visual stories.
Meet Vardha. It's Sunday afternoon. He's just finished a spectacular self-improvement book, and he is vibrating with energy. He's ready to conquer the world. Then, the sun comes up on Monday. He hits a wall of gridlock traffic. An angry email from his boss dings on his phone. His positive mental attitude evaporates. By Wednesday, the electric feeling is gone entirely. He has returned to his default, unmotivated self. Vardha is experiencing a psychological leak. The inspiration he absorbed on the weekend drains out of him the moment it meets the friction of everyday life. You see this pattern constantly. When Vardha starts a diet, he vows to eat perfectly healthy for the rest of his life. He white-knuckles it for 3 days, but on day 4, he slips up once. He tells himself he failed again, eats an entire pizza, and throws the whole plan out the window. He is running entirely on emotional hype, but hype burns out fast. What actually sustains a changing behavior is the quiet, mechanical repetition of a habit. Because he relies on those fleeting spikes of motivation, Vardha has become an inspiration junkie. He chases the high of a new plan, but without a system to maintain it, his greatness never lasts. Systemic failure is the only possible outcome. The error in Vardha's approach is thinking that mastery is a one-time event. It isn't. Personal growth is exactly like personal hygiene. You have to clean yourself every single day because the world is dirty and will naturally drag you down. Our brains have a natural bias toward unfinished business, what psychologists call the Zeigarnik effect. We remember and focus on incomplete tasks better than finished ones. When you view your growth as a daily, ongoing project that is never done, your mind stays tethered to that goal. If you stop for 48 hours, momentum drops to 0. Starting over requires massive energy. You need a daily gear turning, forcing the baseline up. This is neurochemical priming. Gratitude releases serotonin. When the gear stops, success chemicals plummet. When your serotonin drops, the brain's defense systems lower. This opens the door for your old, destructive habits, what author Sincero calls the big snooze, to quietly lull you right back to your negative default state. Falling off track isn't a failure of willpower. It is a highly predictable biological and mechanical decay. And since it is predictable, you can actively engineer a defense against it. Transitioning from a one-time goal setter into someone who actively practices relentless maintenance requires a specific toolkit. Step 1 of this protocol is the daily inoculation. Before looking at social media or checking emails, read 1 page of a specific, growth-oriented text every single morning. This chart illustrates the reticular activating system, or AAS, the part of the brain that filters millions of sensory inputs. By feeding it a specific positive input first thing in the morning, you are giving the RAS a search term for the day. It begins to filter the chaos of your environment for specific opportunities that align with what you just read. Step 2 is thought catching. Set an alarm on your phone to go off every 2 hours. When it beeps, do an immediate mental audit. Ask yourself, what is my frequency? Am I operating from a place of abundance or a place of lack? Step 3 is the gratitude blast. The moment you catch yourself slipping into a bad mood, stop and list 10 things you are grateful for as fast as you can. This bar chart shows the neurochemical response. By forcing that aggressive, rapid-fire gratitude, you artificially spike your serotonin levels, directly counteracting the chemical drop we looked at earlier. Finally, step 4 is the non-negotiable win. Pick one small, actionable task for the day. Eliminate all other options and execute that single task with absolute enthusiasm. These 4 steps shift the burden of success. You stop waiting to feel motivated and start aggressively engineering your identity through daily discipline. By applying these daily resets, Vardha's reality shifts. He stops slipping and quitting and instead maintains his operational zone flawlessly for 6 straight months. He achieves this by altering his perspective on time. He stops worrying about committing to a strict diet for the rest of his life. He realizes that success is just making the right choice for this exact meal, and then repeating that, today, 180 times. The result of this consistency is a sense of daily autonomy. You are no longer a victim of your shifting moods. You are in control of your state because you know exactly how to reset it the moment it drops. You are allowed to be a badass even when you feel like a total disaster. The only requirement is that you actively choose the discipline of maintenance in that exact moment, rather than waiting for tomorrow. So, what is the single affirmation you need to repeat to yourself every hour today to keep your power from leaking? Are you going to wait for another burst of inspiration, or are you ready to begin the mechanical work?
Don't just watch the story. Be part of it. Ink it. Imagine it. Live it with Ink2 Video. Like if it hit you. Subscribe to stay in the story loop. Share it with someone who loves visuals.